Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 48 Day 1. It is a blue day and this is also the first week using the new hero class perk things. Of course, now we have a bunch of heroes that have a bunch of additional benefits, and many of these benefits for most of these Guild War days are pretty much the best thing you could be running, mainly because of the diversity that you have on hero. Unfortunately, I do not have level 70 currently, and we really need that in order to put these teams together well, because there's two different mana accumulation options. The one we particularly need today being the +1 purple. Unfortunately, we don't currently have it, but should be okay without it. The reason I'm using this is because it gives +1 yellow to everything per turn, and there's two really common yellow troops that get used with your hero. One of them is Skady, and the other one is Champion of Anu, both of which are pretty popular on Blue Guild War days, one or the other, for actually using on our team. So I figured we'd go with this hero class, and we're basically running with a Skady team for it. Also, I probably won't be covering the video for teams this week. I kind of want to test them all a little bit first before I actually just go do a teams video, because of course, since we haven't had it yet, I actually don't know how many of these will perform. I've been using them in PvP. They've been doing okay. Some, of course, perform better than others. But, yeah, we're going to see how it goes and just go from there. But, yeah, I probably won't be covering that specific video. I'll still be covering the one going over all the hero classes this week for sure, though. Probably tomorrow. But the other one going over specific teams I won't be. Though if you have any questions about teams on today or any other day during the week, just let me know. And we can go over them specifically. But as far as an actual video going over all of them, I probably won't be doing that this week. Just because I do want to get a little bit more testing in. Anyways, let's head over to Guild Wars and go see how this does. So we're going to be using, of course, Azura. Azura and or Corvash are pretty much always decent to use on a blue day. And our particular team that we're going with is... where'd it go? Right there. So we're going to be running with Corvash. Wait, is this right? Yeah, that's right. Corvash, Azura, Skady, and Dawnbringer. Ideally, we'd be able to set this banner to a +2 blue, +1 yellow, -1 green. The reason I currently don't have this set is because we need a +1 purple for Azura, which ideally we'd get off of our hero class itself once we reach level 70, but I was not able to get level 70 yet. I got about like 10 levels or so on it, but of course that was not enough to reach 70, so hopefully by next week's Guild War we'll have it, because I need this hero class for 2 days. Bard is used on mainly yellow day, of course, but you can also use it on blue day like we're doing today, and there's technically a few other days too. Assuming you have Dawnbringer, you can technically use it every red, yellow, and blue day, but mainly yellow and blue would be the main two. This is basically the Dawnbringer hero class, by the way, the Bard hero class. Haven't been using it as much in PvP because there's not as much need to use Dawnbringer in PvP these days compared to other options. But as far as Guild War is concerned, if you're using a Dawnbringer, you pretty much want to be using Bard every single time, unless it's like a Dragon team or something. Also, don't forget, we still have more EXP for Dragon Guard too. We'll be going over that soon as well. Everything related to that. But yeah, where to go? Class event, 1 day, 6 hours, so if you want to go get that up, that'd be a good day to do so. Though do keep in mind, you're probably going to have Bard set for the entirety of tomorrow. So if you haven't already switched to Bard and you plan on using it, you might want to go do that so you don't have to spend 50 gems going back to Dragon Guard. Otherwise, you might need to go and do that, because you're definitely going to want to be using Dragon Guard, since it'll be required, not required, but it would be very helpful with actually running that event. Anyways, let's go and head into Guild Wars now. So, let's get our battles done and go from there. All of our Sentinels already good. Our guild's doing okay. We're in dead last, never mind. We're doing okay, dead last. No, I think it's mainly because we haven't done all of our battles yet. Like if we did our battles up to theirs, we'd be at about 18,000 higher, which would only be a few thousand lower than them. So we're about at the same location. A little bit behind still. But anyways, what are we up against? He's accidentally using his blue team on defend. This is blue day, right? Yeah, that's weird. Why are you using it on defend? But apparently we're up against his blue team, which he's using Corvash, which is to be expected. Knight Coronet, weird pick. Queen Isabel, also weird, though semi-works. And Valor, also weird. What is that team? Corvash is correct. Everything else is questionable. Queen Isabel can be useful on this day. I would mainly only use it if you're using a War blue team. If you're using the War version, I believe it's Frontline Tank, War, Apothecary, Queen Isabel, if I'm not mistaken. I forget exactly what it is. But War Blue Day actually isn't too bad. It's one of the few instances where War can actually be used. Speaking about things where Mythics can actually be used, this is also one of the few things Skady is actually useful for, is Blue Guild War Days, particularly with Azura. They do have mana conflict, but of course the Blue Storm makes it really easy for you to constantly get blue explosions off of your Azura itself, so pretty nice in that. Anyways, we actually have 2 less mana now than what we could potentially have. If we had +1 purple on our hero, we'd be able to have a total of 4 mana, a +2 blue, +1 yellow, and a +1 purple. Right now, we currently only have +2 mana, which is a +1 blue and a +1 purple. Main reason for this is we just absolutely have to have +1 on purple. It is mandatory if you're running Azura that's blocked on blue. You could always run Azura in first slot, but there's 2 problems with that. One is your Corvash isn't in first slot, and actually that's basically both the reasons. He wouldn't get leadership, and he wouldn't get his mana as quickly. But, yeah, you definitely want to be focusing him up, that's for sure. And he can't really do that as well if he's not in first slot. Speaking of, that. Speaking of exactly that. Oh, there goes their mana. That's, very unfortunate. Right off the bat there. Luckily we got Dawnbringer, but that's not going to protect us from him draining our mana. So let's go take a little bit of blue. One more will do it. Need to Corvash his Corvash so we don't get Corvashed before he gets it back up. We seem to be fine here, so let's throw that down. Get our kill. Pretty easy hit right there. And now we just need to get the last little bit of our mana. One other thing that's kind of nice about using Skady, which I don't... I should probably be doing more often, though. As of lately, I haven't been as much. But using a Summoner on Guild War days is a very good idea to do. You do retain more of your points if you end the battle with all 4 of your troops. And all 4 of your troops still counts if you resummon into that slot. So if you lose one and then resummon into the slot, you get to save a little bit more points that way. It's always a pretty good idea to do if you can fit it into your team. So we'll go for that. I was trying to work out using Skady and the other guy with Dawnbringer earlier, but I found out that that would only work if we had Enchant, again, which requires having level 70. But that's something else we might be able to try next week if we already get this to level 70. So there's 2 hero classes I really need to get to 70. Titan and Bard, because there's so many more things we could do with both of them, particularly this hero class, once we finally get them up that high. But it'll be a little while before we do that. We can spend the rest of the week, and it would probably take us the rest of this week to get up the current hero class we're using. But I'd probably want to focus Titan a little bit more, because we're going to be needing that specifically for raids and Guild Wars as well. But I will be holding this hero class at least until the end of tomorrow, because of course Yellow Guild War Day is tomorrow. Also, hello everyone! Hello William! Hello Churros! Hello TJ Timebomb! Hello JZG! Hello Zidicus! Hello Maximuse! Hello Avalone! Hello Zero! Hello Nelson! Hello Steve! Hello Sandy! Hello Captain! Hello Iron Malt! Hello Humberto! Hello hello Demon Angel! Hello Traylon! Hello Daniel! Hello Ash! And hello Mehmet! Let's see... I will be streaming Darkest Dungeon probably really soon. Probably in the next week or so. I just been trying to focus on leveling up the hero classes first, because as I just mentioned, there's a lot of things we need those hero classes for. But once we get our hero classes a little bit more upgraded, probably in about a week or 2, I will definitely consider it. I just want to make sure we have at least, like what I said, level 70 Bard, ideally level 100 Titan, as well as ideally level 100 Priest class, which are actually pretty close to. Okay, and let's just kill that out. And the rest of them I will be getting up over time, but it's not as important that we rush them up immediately. Okay, well, first battle down. Not too bad. It was a little bit slow, though. We don't have any immune to Devour, though in a way we do if we get Barrier up, so I guess that'll be fine. As long as we Corvash him, we should be okay. Worst thing here that can happen is first turn Mercy just destroys us. So we'll see what happens. Not much I can do about that with this team. I don't have any quick board, so luckily that will not occur based on the current board, so that's at least good. He won't get any value whatsoever, not even a 3 out of what he'll do, so we don't have anything to worry about. Let's take the skull down, throw him for some poke, and he'll do a useless Mercy. Doesn't even get anything out of it, which is what I want to see. And what do we do from here? I guess we take blue. He is enchanted, though, so we're going to get his mana up regardless. Alternatively, we could just go through a Dawnbringer, so I think I'm going to do that. How did you not Surge on either of them? Luckily, he gave us a free turn right there. Okay, we'll Surge on this, ideally. Take some blue, that'll be full mana, so we're good to go now. And, yeah, that should be the win. So we go through a nice Dawnbringer, we wait till he gets a bit of mana before we really do anything to him. I want to hold the Corvash for just a little bit. Kind of pointless to go and drain him when he's already, full mana. I mean, no mana, I mean. Okay. Do we go and get Azura up slightly? Yes, because we're going to need to accumulate more mana than him. That would be the easiest way to do so at this point. Also, one other team to consider if you haven't been using it too is Farce Troll with Titan on this day. I'm personally not using that right now. I ended up going down the Dawnbringer route with Bard, of course. But if you don't have Dawnbringer, running a hero weapon just with Titan and running Forest Troll into like a web spinner or something could be pretty decent to use for this Guild War day. Okay, let's go get a Corvash down just in case he feels like just randomly wanting to win the game. So we'll go get our explosion, get our points up. We have all the damage we really need, almost. We have all the damage, almost. Let's see. Ideally, we'd want to throw Skady first. So do we do that? Yes, because that's enough to kill. So we throw Skady, we throw Corvash, and that's almost a win. So we'll do that. The reason we do that is it does slightly more damage. Because she does damage based on how much mana they currently have. And of course, Corvash drains all their mana. So you normally want to be throwing her first. Oh, he didn't take that in a way that we could take Skull. Would that have been exact enough to kill it as well? Oh, no, it wouldn't have been. Okay, so that didn't matter. It would have lived regardless. So we'll take some yellows here, just in a way that it doesn't get a Skull, so that we could ideally take it. Go get our mana back, just so we outdo him. And it's matched. Never mind, I don't even need a follow-up. Apparently it hit armor or HP. Looks like we're about to gain a level 2. And what's the next one? Let's see. Again, why is everyone using their blue team? Keep in mind, you do not have to set pure color as your Guild War thing. Your team does not have to be, your defend team does not need to be pure color. Just all 24 of them have to be unique in order to get those 2,000 free points. And we did a video on it a few weeks back. But yeah, they do not have to be whatever color is related to today. They just have to make sure that all 24 of these are completely different in order to get the full bonus. But they can be absolutely any colors you want. Oh, 0-3, though it is using nerfed Bloodhammer. So that might be why. Also, I still have this only at rare and this at rare. I mean legendary. Still haven't mythic them yet. Because trying to get them to mythic is kind of pointless at this point. I'm really curious how this one performs. That's going to be interesting, to say the least. How well that will actually go. It's basically standard Divine team. It's one of the strongest teams in the entire game right now, if not the strongest. AI used it slightly bad, but if it gets to Ubisted off, it's basically auto-win. Okay, anyways, back to Guild Wars. Still have 3 battles left. And we'll see at the end what our points are. Based on how far we're going so far, I would have to say 9,100 or 9,200 is about where we'll be for the week. A rare legendary. I was a hello, Questor. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Joe. Welcome. You got 9,500? What did you use? What on earth did you use? That had to have been some kind of mana loop then, to have gotten that high with it. I assume you didn't use Azura then. It's probably Forest Troll into something. Okay, we'll go and... I was considering that, but I wanted to level Bard some today in order to try to have it maxed for tomorrow, though, of course, based on how much time I had to play, I did not get that far. I think we're at, like, level 53 right now, so it doesn't look like we'll be able to hit 70 by tomorrow. We can still try, but I don't think we're going to reach it. I think I'll reach to, like, 60, but, again, we need 70, so that's still not going to make it. Doesn't matter how close we get unless we actually hit 70. Even if we're only 69, it still won't give us the bonus. Okay, he keeps getting Submerge. That's not too big a deal. The only thing that matters for is Dawnbringer. But we'll still go do this again. Alright, now that that's gone, I guess we can go do Dawnbringer now. He's barriered as well. Actually, technically everything is. So we could just throw a single hit right now. Or even go Skady. If Skady's enough damage, I will do it, but it's not, so I won't. Or you know what? Yes, I do it. Let's go throw that down. That'll move everything over. That'll freeze the other one. And then we just do that. I wanted to do that to redo his barrier. This also allows us to Corvash the more important troops. And yeah, that's pretty much win. Battle went a lot smoother this time. And all we need is Corvash, actually. He's already enough damage to kill. And there we go. Oh, and there we go. Level 54 on our Bard. Of course, we are getting 2 XP per Guild War battle as well. Like many areas within the game. This guy's using the exact same thing for whatever reason. Except this time with a Gorgulfa up front. Why is everyone in this guild using these weird teams? Actually, it almost looks like my team right now, but still, that's because we're restricted, but he's not restricted at all. Oh well, anyways, I don't mind. As long as he doesn't go crazy with the Gorgulfa into his Azura explosion, that can get a lot of mana. And while that won't necessarily kill us, it'll lower our score if he gets too much mana. So I need to make sure he doesn't get a single Gorgulfa off, which means we'll have to rush Corvash as quickly as possible. I'll move that. Could you imagine if they added a monster 50% start? That would mainly be used for Corvash, and Great Maul would be great again, if they were to actually add that. Great Maul at one point was the best troop in the game. These days it's not really used too much, but if they ever gave it a 50% mana start, it would be so overly used once again. everyone would just throw a Mercy or something into it and just go crazy. Okay, how do we do this? I want Corvash to full mana. But there's no good drops if I do that. At all. Absolutely none. Alternatively, we could take this yellow and hope for a brown, or hope for a red, or hope for a red, or hope for... actually, that's everything we could hope for. But, oh, wait. Never mind, we get a blue off of that. Oh. Oh, but it gives him red extra turn if we don't get anything. What does he get out of extra turn? He gets Submerge on that. And that's it, right? That's the only thing that happens. That, and he gets some mana for his thing. Oh, but that silences us, though. Never mind. I'm not going to give that to him. We're just going to play this safe and just get Corvash. This looks like something that will do absolutely nothing for him. So we'll just do that. I'm going to hold Corvash for a moment, though. Ideally, we'd have Purple Surge here. I guess Blue Surge technically works as well. So you know what? I will take this move now. He took away one of those reds, so it doesn't have a negative effect for taking that anymore. So we'll go for that. We also didn't have any as big of a positive effect, but still. At least it negated the negative part of it. So I guess we just throw a Skady here and hope we get full mana off of Weapon. I technically could have calculated it up. Calculate all the gems and then do 70% of it, but that would take too long. It looked like it was about enough. Okay, so how did you resubmerge already? Oh, submerge self at the start of every turn. Well, that's how you got resubmerged. Okay, we have to stun him in order to get that away. I guess we just throw Dawnbringer here. He's going to get a silence on us regardless of what I do. There's not really a way around that, unless I do this into extra turn, but even then, that's not going to help us much. So yeah, I'll do that. He'll negate the one, but we get Barrier, we get some protection, we throw Corvash, we go get him to full mana again off Azura, and that should be close to match if we get full. And we did, off an extra turn as well. We got full mana on everything. And he is now cleansed as well, so or dispelled, I mean. So we throw another one. We can now Corvash reach him, which will also stun him, so he can't resubmerge. And that's pretty much match. We'll let him gain a little bit more mana. Actually, never mind, we already have enough to kill him, don't we? You know what, let's gain a little bit more mana, though. I think we gained a little bit too low. Oh, I was hoping for an extra turn. Not that big a deal, but we'll throw that in there. Could have killed him the previous turn, but I think we actually increased our score slightly more by accumulating mana there than ending it out one turn earlier. I'm not fully certain if that did or didn't. Seriously, why is everyone in this guild using pure blue? You did not have to set your defend team to pure blue. Yeah, basically same team again, except this time with a Champion of Anu in first slot, which is really bad. He's actually blocking the entire team other than green and brown. And he doesn't even have Corvash or anything, just a Leviathan here. So this should be the easiest battle yet, in theory. As long as I don't let Undyne go crazy. So, yeah, let's get into it. Because actually a really free battle right there. Most of them were this time around. Yeah, go move that over. Take another blue. But yeah, at least we got past this Guild War day with semi-unthreatening stuff. Which is good, because Blue Day is one of the weaker days, I would say, at the moment. Not absolutely weak, because it does have Azura, which is amazing, as well as Corvash, but I feel like as far as how Guild Wars gets scored, it doesn't have the best of options for it. Okay, we'll go and just Corvash that. But yeah, I'm leaning towards 9,300 approximately for how much we get today. Just because we don't have a proper mana loop. So we're just running off a single Azura basically as our entirety of our mana. Which I believe is lowering our score slightly. Alright, we'll throw that down. Oh yeah, he has Submerge, doesn't he? Do we double kill? Yes or no? Well, first we need enough damage. That's not enough damage. So I guess we throw another Skady. He still didn't get stunned yet. Unfortunate. So we'll move that over. Can we double kill that? No, but what we can do is throw that down. Now we can reach him with Corvash. Before we do, though... never mind. I don't have any way to hit him. You don't have immune to... No, you don't. Okay. So we'll take red. Take blue. Oh, I could have gotten full mana if I took it to 5 times. Do I let him have the skull? Yes, because that's actually less damage. You know what? No, we actually dispel him because that's enough damage to kill it now. And ideally we get an extra turn, which is exactly what happens. And then we just skull again. Corvash. Actually, Skady enough to kill right now. I don't think it is. 52, 53 plus 11 is not enough. It's almost enough. Actually, it's almost enough. I might as well just go do that now. And then try killing it off of a Skady cast. I mean, kill it off of a Azura cast if we have enough. Otherwise, we could do it with literally anything else. Okay, we're not going to have enough. Never mind. So we'll just throw Dawnbringer. And that'll be that. Okay, that wasn't too bad. What do we get? Come on, good score. That's about where I thought it was. 9,376. Could be a bit better. But for Blue Day, I really don't mind that. Yeah, I think that would be perfectly fine. I think next week I might try Titan with it or something. Like with a Forest Troll, Web Spinner, I think. The only problem with that is if you get frozen, you're like in so much trouble. But it would have a much better mana loop. Yeah, not too bad. I'll take it. It's not a 9,500, but it's still decent enough. Let's see. Do VIP keys give ingots? No, they do not. Though many people have been requesting them to give it, and they likely will be adding it to them. But yeah, currently there is a 0% chance to get ingots off of VIP keys, but they are going to be adding them in the future. Almost guarantee. Because obviously it's their VIP keys. They're going to make them pretty nice. But right now, gem keys are actually better value to open than VIP keys, which is kind of funny. At least until they give ingots into VIP keys. But that's the whole reason why they're definitely going to be adding it to this. Because it's literally better value just to do gem keys right now. Because the ingots are in them, which is kind of funny. I think they should add it to glory keys too. I mean event keys, not glory keys. Well, I guess glory keys wouldn't be too bad too. But I feel like every gem related key should have it. Gem keys, event keys, and VIP chests. Because even event keys are barely even worth it unless you just have... Like, it's worth it to use the spare ones you have, but to actually spend gems on event keys right now, it's kind of pointless when you could just do it into gem keys and get ingots. Because you're going to be needing them for kingdom upgrades and everything. But, yeah, both of these two drop tables need ingots added to them. Let's see. You were told to watch this channel for the best tips and tricks. Well, thank you for that, Ash. So you were wondering, for a completely new player, what is a good team composition that's not too hard to get or too expensive? Well, I don't know how new you are. One really nice thing that's actually available if you've gotten some Soulforge yet. Soulforge you unlock from completing out the Blighted Lands Kingdom, and the resources for Soulforge you get from Drifting Sands. But there's actually a Tesla this week, so if you already had these already unlocked and have level 9 Soulforge or higher, Tesla into a double Dwarven Gate Valkyrie is one of the strongest early to mid-game teams. It does true damage to everything, and you basically just one-shot because it boosts based on all armor within battle. So even battles that are stronger than you, you'll easily be able to kill. And Double Dwarven Gate basically just keep looping with a Valkyrie to give it full mana, barriers your entire team so you stay safe, and yeah, you'll just be able to win out pretty much everything with that. Alternatively, you can use Double Dwarven Gate Valkyrie with anything in last slot, doesn't even matter. Generally, you want it to be really high damage as well as divisible by 5 if possible, just because Dwarven Gates give 5 mana every time. Ideally, if it's not divisible by 5, you would want it to also use blue if you can. So any higher damage source you have, you could put onto that team. Another pretty popular one is to use Rock Spirit with Ranger. Something like a 2x Rock Spirit with a Deep Bore and a Ranger. Something along the lines of that. It covers every color, and you'll be able to get a lot of good boost ratio off of it. Basically, everything you'll want to be looking at on your troops, the biggest boost ratios are the things you want to use, because boost ratio the earlier on in the game tends to be stronger. Same as burning and poison. Anything that has either of those two stats effects, particularly burning, tends to be a lot better earlier on in the game, since none of them scale upwards. So the earlier you get those kind of things, the better they are. But yeah, we need to know slightly a couple of the troops that you have laying around. One other thing that's pretty decent too, that if you do have it laying around or want to go obtain them, completing Forest of Thorns gives you Rowan, which is a really good troop that does split damage to everything based on its armor, and it's used for quick explorer battles as well as just for damage in general. Really good with Sunbird in a combination of Sunbird, Rowan with a firebomb, and then you just use your hero with any weapon. And Merlantis gives you Azura, which is, we actually just used in Guild Wars right now. It's a blue-purple troop that explodes all blues, as well as dispels all enemies, which gets rid of all their positive stats effects. And it also reduces their stats, and it's just overall one of the best, if not the best, free kingdom epics you get from just playing the game. Or, you know, from completing out a kingdom. But yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know, and we'll make sure to go over them. Let's see, what else did we miss in chat? Hello, JE. Everything's been going pretty good. So, do you march your colors to attack or defense? Oh, you match your colors to your attack team. Only your attack. Defend does not match the colors. On defend, you need to make sure they're all unique. For invading, you need to make sure they're all the same color, but they don't have to be unique. You could literally have ran 4 times KrissTigger today, and it would be a legitimate team that actually would work. And you would still gain the full amount of points. Maybe slightly less because slightly less because it wouldn't be able to score well in the other categories that it gets scored by for Guild Wars. But as far as any kind of penalty, you don't get penalized for using multiple of the same troop when invading. But when you're defending, you need to make sure they're all unique. But as far as pure color, you only need to use pure color with invading. Your defend does not have to be pure color. It can be anything you want as long as they're all unique. Let's see. You finally got a Glaceon. Are they going to need Ubistet? No, you don't need Glaceon with Ubistet. Glaceon, you would just run with a... I've been running it, if I build it into cheap teams, like on my lower level account, I've been running it with Goblin Rocket and Ice Goblin. And what's pretty nice about it is you don't even need nerfed Bloodhammer with it. You can just run it just with the Glaceon and just loop it with the 2 goblins, and it's pretty nice. And all you'd really need is one other mana generator. Which video did I do to go over it? Gems of War defend teams. The most recent one is the one where I went over all the defense stuff, as well as teams and just everything with it. See if I can go find that real quick. Shouldn't take too long. Actually, let me just YouTube search it. Should be like the first thing that comes up. Let's see. Gems of War defend. Is that the updated one? Where's the updated one? Where's the updated one? There it is, 3 weeks ago. There's like 4 of the videos I've done on in the past. But here's the most recent one. No. Just trying to play the thing. Here we go. It's this link right here for the Guild War battles, or Guild War defends, I mean. We'll be doing one for invades eventually as well. But I think I will be holding off on it this week just because I do want to experiment around with hero classes before I just show them without testing any of them. Because I have no way of legitimately testing them within Guild Wars. Like, I could do them in PvP, but it's not the same. Stats are way higher in Guild Wars, generally. At least this late in the game they are, because you get so many from people in your guild also upgrading them. Let's see. Hello, Ozzy. Any teams you can recommend for mid-level price with the hero involved? I don't know, what good legends do you have? Or any mythics that you might have? I'd probably say some kind of 4 times dragon with Dragon Soul team would probably be the easiest. You have all the components like just sitting here in event keys to make a pretty solid team. But yeah, probably something with Dragon Guard into all this. Not only that, but you'll be able to get a lot of EXP into Dragon Guard on Thursday, because the first ever class event is going to be occurring. Basically, class events in a nutshell are you have to use the 2 typings of the hero class. So a Dragon Guard is considered a Dragon Claw troop as well as a Dragon troop. So you have to use Dragon Claw troops and dragons in a bunch of battles. Every single troop you lose 1 point. And yeah, you just have to play through the battles, and you get a bunch of hero EXP for it, as well as some other rewards, like, you know, some gold orbs and all that good stuff like normal. There's a leaderboard for it as well, so if you want to try for that, you can. Though for the most part, the main reason you'll do this is because you want to get EXP towards this hero class. Obviously, I have it maxed, so I don't even really know what I get other than just the orb and maybe something else, but yeah, I probably won't be going on it too far because we already have it maxed, and class events are relatively bad if you already have the hero class maxed. But still, if you don't, they're really good ways of leveling up hero classes. I believe they're going to be doing it every single week now, assuming the week has a hero class in it. If it doesn't, then they won't. But for example, this week is Dragon's Claw, and Dragon's Claw has Dragon Guard class. Dragon Guard class. So we're having an event for it, which will give us slightly more EXP for it. So if you've been wanting to get EXP for it, definitely the time. Also, if you don't have the class currently unlocked, I believe you get it during the thing. I'm not fully certain on that. Though you'd probably want to preemptively have it just in case. But I believe you do get it from the event itself. It just kind of like hands it to you after you do X amount of battles. I don't know fully exactly how that works, nor will I, because I already have everything unlocked. But I believe you do get it after like several battles within that event. So even if you don't have it yet, if you're a really new player. I'll actually test that on my other account, because my other account has 0 hero classes at the moment. So I'll test it on there and see what happens. How did you, how did they nerf Bloodhammer? They didn't change anything with him other than how Doomstorm functions. Everything about him is the same, but Doomstorm now drops less Doom Skulls, which is the main change that happened to him. But yeah, if you were using him untraded, he's exactly the same as he was before. It's just, if you're using him fully traded, he's slightly less effective. As well as any instance of Doomstorm, because there's a couple hero classes that also end up creating a Doomstorm. Also, thank you, JoeConnors, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Is there a quicker way of getting diamonds other than dungeon bosses? No, dungeon bosses are basically the only way in the entire game to get diamonds, other than from your guild over a slow period of time. But yeah, basically just doing this every single day is the only real way of gaining diamonds. It's a really slow process. Takes a couple months before you can actually craft a mythic out of it. But it would allow you eventually to be able to just get one basically free mythic after a couple months of just doing this. But yeah, it does take a while. Only way you can kind of speed it up is if you throw 50 gems at it every single Sunday, because that's the best value in which you can get extra diamonds. It gives you 80 diamonds every Sunday. So you normally want to throw it down then, but other than that, there aren't too many ways to really speed it up. You could try throwing 50 gems every single day, but that starts to burn through a lot of gems and generally isn't worth it now that they added baskets. And the only other way to really get some is, like I mentioned, from the guild. There's guild tasks. I believe the 10th task, if I'm not mistaken, has diamonds on it, somewhere around there. Also, another way of getting it is from treasure gnomes. If it's a treasure gnome week or something, you can get a few of them per hour of farming treasure gnomes, because they have a chance of dropping 2 as well as 5 diamonds. It's not really that much, but it does start to add up over time. But yeah, the only real way of really obtaining them is just from doing dungeons every day, pretty much. Yeah, Divinia is pretty nice. I haven't been using it excessively, but I do have to use it in at least one the Guild War days today. I believe this week. I believe Red Guild War Day I will be throwing it in. As far as Yellow Day, I think I'm going to be opting not to use it just because I'm going to be using the new Yellow Hero class. Or not the new Yellow Hero class, but you know, I'll be using Bard when I go and do it. So because of that, I think I will be not using her, because we can't really use Dawnbringer and her on the same team, I don't think. It'd be a little clunky. And there we go. Oops, I was just about to throw 50 gems. Such a habit of doing that. But there we go. Gain our bonus level up thing. And there we are. I actually have more event keys than I know what to do with. I think I might start mythicking some of the better legends that come out. Because that, or I'll wait until they add ingots to the drop table. Actually, you know what? I'll probably do that. I don't know if they're actually going to add ingots to this, but if they're adding it to VIP keys, I think we could convince them to add it to event keys too. Because all these require gems, so it would just give more incentive to people who use gems. And I don't think they would be against people using more gems. Let's see. Hello, Kevin. Welcome. But if anyone else has any other questions, let me know, or if I missed any that you guys mentioned. Do you happen to know when the next kingdom is going to be added? No clue. Like 1-2 months from now, we don't have an official date. They ended up handing out a lot of kingdoms earlier this year, which it was way more than normal. But now they're kind of going a little while without one. But yeah, I believe one of the main reasons why there's actually no kingdoms for a while, probably for like another 2 months, is I believe they're going to be reworking the map before they add another kingdom. As you can tell from this map, it is basically completely full. There's still like maybe 1-2 few spots that they could kind of put things into if they really wanted to. But it's starting to get pretty congested. They're already above the amount that they ever really intended to add to this map when they first started the game over 3 years ago, like 3.5 years ago. So it isn't due for a new map completely. So they're going to be doing some kind of rework to the whole map system in the near future. And I believe they're waiting until they implement that rework to the map before they add any more kingdoms to the game. Otherwise, they're just going to be crowding the map closer and closer. Every single kingdom will be like as close as this little area right here if they just keep adding kingdoms to this current map setup. But yeah, I believe that's the main reason why it's taken so long between the previous kingdom to now. Cactus people, I know, cactus people are coming. There's like 2 or 3 interesting cactuses coming. Isn't it next week or is it the following week? I didn't actually check. Let's see. Oh, you reached level 1000 yesterday. Congratulations. Very nice. Also, that reminds me, I have some really easy daily tasks to do. They're kind of blocked over to the side there, with my chat being there. But really easy ones. Just have to go open some keys. Let's see, 10 glory keys. I don't mind doing that. Normally, I don't want to do glory keys, but only 10 of them isn't too bad. 100 gold keys and Win 4 battles using 3 Kedar troops, so that's the only one we have to go out of our way for. Obviously, we already did the yellow one because I was using Divine Team earlier when I was farming some with it in the morning. But anyways, let me go and go do those 2 things. So 10 glory key, 10... Wait, really? You're going to make me have to open them one at a time because there's no 10 option? Okay, Falconer. Sand. Actually, let me start counting. 3, 4, 5... 6. Ooh, nice souls. 7. That's actually better than every drop we've gotten so far. 8. 9. Oh, Dragonian Monk's not too bad. He's also an event key drop table. And there we go, 10. And we get 3 gems for that. Not really that good, but we already used our repick. Forget what it was on, but it was something for, like, souls. I think it told me to increase a troop to level 16, which obviously we can't do because we already have everything maxed. Anyways, we did that, and now we need to go open 100 gold keys. And did we get anything good off of this? Oops, let's see. Nope, no gems. Come on, give us some gems. Well, not that. Well, there we go. We got 10 gems. That's not what I meant, though. There we go. We got 1 more gem on top of that. 11 gems. Not too bad. Okay. And now the only other thing we have to go do is 4 battles with 3 Kedar, which is simple enough. We'll just go into first challenge Divinian Fields, the weakest possible battle, and just win 4 times with a... do I have a set here? No, I did not. Actually, that's probably my Red Guild War day. What should I put this over? You know what? Let's get rid of this. We'll figure it out later what we want to do for it. I'm probably going to be doing Queen Titania with it instead, because the one I had there earlier wasn't really working out. Anyways, let's go get Dragon Soul with a bunch of Kedar. So, Dragon Soul. That's not Dragon Soul. Seriously, where's Dragon Soul? Dragon Soul, where are you? It's in alphabetical order. Still can't even find it. Okay, and let's go to Kedar. And it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, Kedar should have a lot of purple bonuses. Actually, it does matter slightly which one we use, because we have Azurus for even more souls. They do have to be unique, though, so I can't just spam 3 Azurus, unfortunately. Otherwise, I probably would. Let's get even more purple because we can. And there should be a 3rd purple, too. I wouldn't be surprised. This kingdom has a lot of links for purple. As I say that, apparently there's only 2. Never mind. Really? Only 2? Let me go type in link. There has to be a 3rd. It's water, though. No, there isn't a 3rd. I never knew that. Okay. The more you know. Yeah, we'll just put a white in there. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I'll just go with that. Plus 2 purple, plus 1 red. And be good to go. And all we have to do is win 4 times with this. Should take, like, less than 4 minutes. Or just take less than, like, 2 minutes. Unless we get really trolled by some of these. And then from there, I believe that's all the daily objectives. So we'll be good to go. And of course, tomorrow we're getting the Red Guild War pet, which is nice because Red Guild War didn't even happen yet. So, yeah, we'll be able to get that if you don't already have the pet. It's basically a guaranteed way of obtaining it, which is nice. Not only that, but we might be able to get it upgraded enough to get another attack bonus. I don't think I'll be able to, but of course some people might be able to by getting more copies of it. Doesn't make too big a difference on Red Day, but hey, 1 attack is 1 more than you didn't have before. Wait, I don't need unique for this one? Oh, I thought it did say unique. Oh well, we're not going to change it. The amount of time it would take to go change it would be less... It would take more time to change it than it would be to win the battles, pretty much. So I'm not going to bother changing it. We'll just leave this as is. Yeah, we just need 2 more. There we go. Let's go take the red. Oh, green, what are you doing? Take the purple. Even with all these bonuses, we can't even get Surge. We'll let him have green again, why not? We're already feeding him a bunch of green, might as well keep up with that theme this battle. And we'll take that purple to Surge, please. Thank you, and that's match. No matter what he does, he's not going to have anywhere near enough damage. And we just need 1 more. There we go. Could I recommend a good dragon team with Divinia and your hero? Let's see. That would end up being Mountain Crusher using Dragon Guard hero class. Mountain Crusher you get at 37 Brown Hero Mastery. But Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, Divinia, and Christinax, right? Yes. Yes, so that team again would be, yeah, that would work. So, Mountain Crusher using Dragon Guard hero class, followed by a Dragon Soul, followed by Divinia, followed by KrissTigger. You can actually use KrissTigger a little bit further up. I guess technically you could run it in second slot then. So never mind. Actually, you could run it all the way in the first if you wanted to. Depends which way you want to do it. But yeah, never mind. You reorder that some, but it'd be Dragon Guard, KrissTigger, Dragon Soul, and Divinia. Something along those lines. You could even revamp it slightly in whatever order you really need it to. But definitely make sure that Divinia is not blocking your Dragon Soul. Let's see. KrissTigger over the Ward Breaker? No, Ward Breaker would be better. Well, if you're doing it that way, the best team... Well, it wouldn't use Divinia, but if you're going to go down the Ward Breaker route, it's better just to do Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, Ward Breaker, Glitter Claw, because you get more damage out quicker that way. And be a lot quicker if you have all those components. It wouldn't use Divinia, but it would be quicker. Wouldn't be as safe, but generally if you're running Guild Wars, it doesn't matter if you're playing it safe, you just need to win quickly. Alright, this is our final battle to get, I think, like 2 glory keys or something. It's like ridiculously bad reward, but nonetheless, it is still a reward. Hey, what's your convert these days? Transform all green to purple. Why haven't I been using this? It's actually useful. There we go. And Dragon Soul. Or useful as in the context of this battle. Only 2 glory keys? That's barely even worth it. There we go, all the tasks completed. And we gained a bunch of borrowed EXP for that. We're still a while to go. We're still only level 57. I mean, 57, I wish. We're still only level 54. Got a little bit ways to go still. That's not where you go. They should, like, add EXP there. I keep forgetting that's all the way over here. Actually, the main thing they need to do is this EXP bar right here. The one that shows right here. That one. This. That needs to be that. It's not. As you can see, this is way further because it's showing this. I don't know why they have 2 bars showing the exact same thing. It doesn't make much of a sense. This top bar over here, this purple one, shows how close you are to level 20, which we already are. It's weird. Both of these show it twice. I didn't even realize that. They put 2 bars here and 2 numbers here, but they show the exact same values. They're showing the same value twice. That's showing 20 and this is showing 20. And that's showing 54 and this is showing 54. That is really weird. Like the purple one, I don't mind being that. But this one definitely, that can still be that. But this bar needs, right here, needs to be the EXP for that, for sure. It would be so much easier so we don't have to keep checking it every single time. I don't know if that's been mentioned for the Q&A, but I'm definitely going to mention it during the stream if they don't. Anyways, we finished everything, right? Let's see. Dungeons, yes. Arena, or Guild Wars, yes. Everything else, yes. Pet tomorrow, soon. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Okay, well, let's go spend some time with PvP. I'm currently not using the Divine thing because, well, I can't. So instead, I guess we'll just stick with 4 times Dragons. This was actually the team I was mentioning. We're using the incorrect hero class for this, but it doesn't matter because we still gain half mana. Also, we still gain 1 stat to Ward Breaker every turn. It's not as good as how much we'd get from Dragon Guard, but still it helps. Obviously, you would be using Dragon Guard with this team, but yeah, I'm still trying to level up this one, so I'm just doing it into this team. This is still one of my favorite teams in the game. It's not one of the strongest teams in the game, but as far as using dragons, it's one of the better dragon teams. And probably the absolute best if you're looking to level up Dragon Guard at all. Also, if you wanted to run through the new game mode that's coming this Thursday, if you have this team, or even just Mountain Crusher into Dragon Soul, you would definitely want to be using that with Dragon Guard hero class. Alright, we'll move that over. Yeah, this is likely what I'll be running for the first time. I don't know what I'll be running on my lower level account. I will be covering on my lower level account. This Thursday I'll be doing 2 videos. One on the higher level, basically explaining what on earth the game mode is, and then just destroying it. And then another on my lower level, where we'll be doing basically the same thing, except the AI will be destroying us. But yeah, we'll see. Actually, on my other account, I might spend a couple 100 gems on it and just kind of see. It depends how long the battles last. Also, I believe the event only lasts for 1 day. Also, Ubistet, what are you doing? We just started this battle. I hate Ubistet so much. I keep forgetting how annoying this team is when we use anything that's not 4 times Divine. It just destroys everything. Wow. Okay, anyways, let's not fight 4 times Divine with this team. Why is the Ring of Wonder under your bonuses? I do not know. It should only be under your bonuses if you actually purchase it. That's probably a glitch, though it's a glitch in your favor, so that's kind of lucky. But yeah, it shouldn't show unless you actually bought it. Unless it shows 0% there, in which case it's just showing it in case you ever do get it. I don't know why they have it separate like that, but they do. You missed your question twice, sorry. You skipped over the Divine Protector weapons. Will it be returning somehow? Yes and no. At this current moment in time, there is no way to be able to obtain any of the older weapons. It's literally impossible. But they are going to be adding some way to do so in the future. When they'll do that, we do not know. Hopefully next patch, because a lot of people have been requesting it. But there's no official date yet on when they will be doing that or how they will be implementing them. Though if we had to guess, it will likely be through the Soul Forge, costing a decent amount of souls, as well as a decent amount of those jewels, the color ones, like red, blue, the rubies, the sapphires, those things, the ones that you get from dungeons. Those would likely be required to craft the weapons, plus a pretty substantial amount of souls. Like the amount that the weapons normally cost each week, like the 400 of 2 different colors, I think it's 10,000 souls, I think 50 gems or something. I forget the exact full breakdown. Whatever those cost is basically the same amount that I'm pretty sure the other weapons will cost, maybe even slightly more for like the legendary ones. And maybe slightly cheaper for the epic ones. But yeah, we currently don't know what they're planning on that, but a lot of people have been requesting it, so it's either next patch or the following patch. Very soon they'll be implementing something related to it. Also, I forgot, if we're using this team now, we kind of have to switch over to the Guards Avatar team to fight this team. Otherwise, it's really slow. I don't know why people keep using this. It's actually really annoying. It's super easy to beat, but it takes a while to do so if you're not using the right team. And this is definitely not a right team to be throwing against it. Ubistet is good for it, and stun spam like Corvash is good for it. But this team is not. Of course it wins, but just wins slowly at it because we have to basically kill the entire team twice. And we have a lot of AoE damage, which makes it even harder to do that. But we'll go throw that down, and down it goes. Okay, what else do we need to move? We'll take that over. But if anyone still has any other questions, let me know and we'll make sure to go over them. Like if you have anything Guild War related, because as I mentioned, I won't be covering that video, so if you have any questions about what to use on a specific day, let me know. Though if you do, let me know like what good legends you might have under the color day or something like that. Because I know it can be hard on some of the days to build teams. Though there is a possibility that if you don't have enough options, it's just not possible to build a good team. One thing to always keep in mind too, if you feel like you absolutely can't build anything, don't feel obligated to have to use 4 times. You can use 3 times instead with the mana generator. So for example, on, what's tomorrow's day? Tomorrow's day is Yellow Day. So for example, you could go use a Alchemist or a Mercy. Your score will be slightly lower, probably an Alchemist because it's a lot cheaper and you probably have it with 2 traits or something laying around. But you could go something like an Alchemist on your team, and while that will reduce your score slightly, it'll make it a lot easier to win. Like you could legitimately just go like Alchemist Moneylender loop into double Goblin Rocket and just auto win Yellow Guild War Day. Go lose some score, but you would still end up getting a pretty decent score overall, and it'd probably be pretty near 100% win rate, as long as you don't get hit by skulls too quickly. Okay, what do we even do here? I guess we take purple to purple. Hello, Medieval, welcome. Let's see. Thanks for the videos and streams, no problem. New to the game and you've been enjoying the content, no problem. Glad I could help. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them. Is there an event tomorrow? Yes. Well, yes and no. There's a 24-hour pet event for the pet that gives attack bonus. So yes, there's technically an event tomorrow. And the day after that, there's another event. There's the first ever event class event for the Dragon Guard hero class. And we'll be going over that on both accounts. But yeah, tomorrow's just a standard 24-hour pet thing. I don't know if I'll actually specifically be going over that. I'll probably just be working towards the hero class video instead, because there probably won't be much of a need to really go over this guy. It's not a new one, and I've gone over several videos already, kind of going over teams. But if you have any questions about what teams to use, just let me know for the pet rescue. But yeah, it's relatively easy. Especially since there's Tesla available this week, you just go Double Dwarven Gate Valkyrie Tesla, if you don't already have an option, you can afford a Tesla, and that alone can just tear through everything. But yeah, this pet is the attack-related one. It's already one that exists. It's this one, the Fennec. It gives bonus when you're using a pure red team. So if we go look at our red Guild War team, you can see that we're gaining slightly more. Where'd it go? Where did it go? We're getting slightly, there it is. Red as I'm on the page. We're gaining slightly more attack. We're currently at a 2.5 bonus. It normally gives 2 attack, but we're gaining 3 additional attack off of the Fennec. But yeah, just getting 1 copy of this thing will at minimum, if you currently have 0 of copies of it, it will at minimum be giving you 2 additional attack on Guild War days, on red Guild War days, assuming you're using 4 times, which given that it's red Guild War day, you probably are. But yeah, a nice little bonus there. What does it mean doing a training quest? I do not know what you're referring to with that. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. Pet and class events start at reset. Wait, what? Pet and... Oh yeah, they start at reset time. And basically everything that ever occurs in this game starts at reset time, which is 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, you can look at basically any timer in the game, and they're all divisible by that amount. As you can see, it's 6 hours, 9 minutes. That one is also 6 hours, 9 minutes, plus a day. This one, 6 hours, 9 minutes, so on and so forth. Everything runs on the same daily timer thing, which is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whatever your equivalent to that is. Whatever 6 hours and 9 minutes from now is from you, is the time that basically everything just resets every single day. And that's when class events switch over, that's when pet events switch over, that's when the weekly Monday event switches over. Literally everything switches over at that time on different days throughout the week. Oh, no. Let me avoid. That team is so annoying. I'm going to avoid 4 times Divine to go into 4 times Goblin. Because I think 4 times Goblin is less annoying. Okay, what do we need for manas here? I need brown. Try for it off the top. Oh, we actually got it, except we didn't surge. I'll try to red, didn't get it. Didn't get purple either. For that, for a skull. Pick it out that way. When are you changing your class on your hero? I'm keeping my hero like this until we finish out Guild War tomorrow. And then I'm switching it to Dragon Guard. But yeah, I'm keeping it on Bard right now for 2 reasons. 1, to get it leveled some. And the main reason is tomorrow is Yellow Guild War Day, so I will be running it into some team tomorrow. Not fully certain the exact team I'll be running yet, but pretty sure we're going to be using Dawnbringer, given that it's Purple Day. I mean, given that it's Yellow Day. Goblins, what are you doing? I did this battle so we wouldn't lose. End your turn. He just froze us on the most important color. That's not good. Can't even take that because, again, we're frozen on it. Nice. If that's extra turn. Oh, we didn't get it, though. We'll throw it for the hit. That should be enough. Well, that was almost a lose. Goblins, stop it. Always so annoying when they get that loop. Ooh, good. Free battle. Free EXP. Oh, the training quest. There are some things called training quests within the game. I believe that's mainly whenever a tutorial tip ends up coming into the game. They're normally only used really early on in the game. Once you reach this late in the game, you never see those. Okay, we'll go and destroy another explosion. But yeah, the only real weird property with them is just that the treasure gnomes and stuff don't occur during them. They're also a little bit glitchy because of how they're coded. But they only really occur like very, very early in the game. Any classes just super slow to level? Or are you doing it wrong? No. Most classes can be leveled pretty quick. Worst comes to worst, if you're struggling with absolutely everything that you're trying. Easiest way to go level a hero class, which is actually technically the quickest way, though the other resources you get aren't really the greatest, is go to Explore, any Explore Kingdom, wherever you need trait stones, and just use something similar to this team, which is Sunbird Rowan, with your hero class somewhere on it, with a Firebomb. So basically, this team, except replace this with a Rowan. Sunbird, Rowan, Firebomb, and hero using any weapon in the game. I'm personally using this way, just because it's slightly better, but of course you can use much cheaper options. I'm using Forest Guardian fully traded just to get Sunbird to half mana, and I'm using Dawnbringer so that if worse comes to worse, we can just kill it with Dawnbringer in basically one shot. But you don't need this or that. You just can go Rowan there instead. and that's basically your entire team. And you just throw hero class with anything in last slot, and you're pretty much good to go. But yeah, this is how you can quickly go and basically get all your XP. Regardless of what point you're in the game, you should be able to win at least 2 explores per minute, and you can win upwards of 3 per minute later in the game. Like, we could probably do pretty easily if we actually started getting a timer out and, like, seeing how quickly we win. But, yeah, basically just doing something like this. It's at minimum about 120 XP per hour. And it's technically the quickest rate in the entire game that you could be getting from doing this, but the only real big issue with this is you're not really getting any other loot other than EXP. You're getting a bit of gold and maybe like a small amount of souls, and of course you're getting trait stones too, I guess. So if you still need trait stones, I guess you are getting decent loot. But you're not getting the new ingots, which is the main thing that's unfortunate about doing it this way. But other than that, yeah, I guess resources aren't too bad for doing spam explore. It's also good to do if it's like a gnome event as well. Of course, one just passed, but this would actually give you the highest rate of gnomes in the entire game as well. Yeah, if you've been struggling with EXP, these battles are really easy to do compared to what your PvP battles might be, if you still don't have too many options for it. Oops, I should have just taken those reds, but oh well, takes it out still. Yeah, that's basically what you would do to go get a lot of EXP for it. Yep, let's go take a tribute. And that would work for every hero class in the game. Doesn't matter which hero class you're specifically using. The hero weapon you use and the hero class is completely irrelevant, unless you have Dawnbringer, in which case use Dawnbringer. Though I guess technically a few other weapons could be okay too. Like if you didn't want to go down the Rowan route, you could use like Black Manacles there, or you could use like War and Peace there or something else. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my 4x Dragon team. Well, it doesn't. We're not currently using Dragon Guard, but still gets the job done. Also, hello, Alan. Welcome. Let's see. Yeah, at 2 EXP per battle, it could take you anywheres from, well, it should be about 1 hour per level always, as far as the leveling system is. Though it depends at what rate you're really winning at. Because PvP, if you can win 1 per minute, comes out to about 120 EXP per hour. Assuming other things, that's probably more towards actually like 80 to 100 EXP per hour. But Explorer is minimum 120 EXP per hour, and it can go upwards to about 200 EXP per hour, depending on how quickly you can actually win it. And 200 EXP per hour, regardless of your hero level, is at minimum 2 levels per hour. Though PvP is more towards 1 level per hour, for the most part. Okay, we'll go and we'll throw that down. Get the explosion. Hello, Colin. Welcome. Oh, come on, let me cast. And also, class events will speed it up a lot as well, whenever there is one. With the class event, how is it going to be structured? And how many gems do you think it'll cost to buy different levels? Oh, I forget what they are off the top of my head. I think I might still have some screenshots from earlier. But, I still didn't calculate how much it would cost to actually max out as well. Trying to think if I can remember it. Let me see if I actually have any screenshots that I took from when I was in the beta. I don't believe I did. And I don't have any footage of it, of course, either. But I was on that screen at one point during the beta. Let me go see if I screenshotted it at all. Let me see. View games library. View screenshots, let's see. Screenshots. View on disk. Oops. Not on library. What am I doing? View screenshots. Show on disk. Oh, I see why. Gems of War, then show on disk. Come on. Show on disk. And let's see if I can find it real quick. I don't know if I screenshotted it or not, but let's see if I did. I could probably check the beta threads as well. Someone might have had one on it as well. Yeah, I'll go check for it real quick. If I don't find it in about a minute, I'll give up though. Let's see. I guess a bunch of other screenshots of stuff. Bunch of other screenshots. Some screenshots of the beta. Unfortunately, I did not have a screenshot of the screen I'm looking for. Nope. Okay, yeah, I don't have one. I have a couple of them here, but none of them are the one I am seeking out. But yeah. Alright, X out of that, X out of that. But yeah, I can't find it. I don't have a screenshot of it, unfortunately. But we'll find out this Thursday. And we'll calculate it out, how much it would actually cost. I think it's almost like 2,000 gems, or maybe even more than that. It's pretty expensive to like completely max out a hero class. Actually, maybe not 2,000. Well, it depends how you look at it, because you're getting leaderboard stuff as well. Because there's a leaderboard associated with each one. So if you technically bought enough to actually max out your hero class, you're probably making a leaderboard and getting some orbs and like a couple hundred of your gems back. Okay, we'll go and move that. But yeah, I will break down later how much 1 EXP is worth in gems. I believe, off the top of my head, from what I could remember from earlier, I believe every 4 EXP is technically worth 1 gem. Though I'll go calculate it out once it actually gets released. And see what it is. But yeah, I believe it's around 1 gem equals 4 EXP. Okay, we'll go move that. Which basically means it's not worth it. Is the bottom line. But I'll go double check when it actually comes out. Wait, how are we losing? I just realized I was talking the whole time and now we're like almost down. Did he Ubistet us? No, he probably Ketrused us. That's what hit us down so much. Oh, he has Submerge too. Really? Really? I have no way to get rid of that Submerge. Luckily, he gets rid of it once he does these other casts, but still. I can't actually touch him. And that's the most important troop to kill on his entire team too, and I can't even touch it. Well, at least we hit it with that, but that doesn't actually get rid of Submerge. That awkward moment when Submerge is actually good. And he still hasn't gotten rid of it. Okay, we'll go through this again. His whole team is dead, except for him, because he has Submerge. There we go, now he can't get Submerge anymore. There's nothing on his team that can give it to him. So let's get rid of his barrier. Let's go get greens on the board, so this, oh, oops. Oh, I forgot, we can't target, oh, I thought we could target one. I completely forgot about that, fail. I don't know why I thought we could target. It's a random one on the hero, on the troop. You don't actually get to choose, even though it literally says choose. Of a chosen ally's mana color. But you don't get to choose. Okay, we'll go take a yellow. It just does a random one based on whatever colors they have. We can actually still lose this. We just lost. Oh wait, no we didn't. Yes we did. No we didn't. Yes we, no, never mind. Wait, how much damage will this do? I think no, it's not. We have Fairy Fire. Wow, what even is that battle? Well, we still won. Okay, well at least we got Arcane for it. That makes up for whatever just happened. Hello Mark Punk, welcome. How do you get Apocalypse and Vault Troops? Apocalypse are insanely hard to obtain. It's actually the hardest troops really in the game to obtain. Mainly because they're never in the event key drop table, is the main reason why. There's 5 Apocalypse troops. All 5 of them are mythics. One of them is only craftable within Soulforge of Xenos, and the other 4 are just completely random drops, or you could craft them in Soulforge, either or. But yeah, you could easily go like 1 year of playing this game without ever getting an Apocalypse troop, which is fine, because most Apocalypse troops are completely useless, with the exception of Famine, who is the best managed Rainer in the game. Other than Corvash, but depending on how you look at it, Famine is sometimes better than it. Other than that, Vault troops are only obtained from specifically the Vault events, so or Vault keys, I should say. So whenever you open a Vault key, there's a chance that you'll get a from killing Cedric Sparklesack. There's a chance you'll get a Valraven or any of the Vault troops, either the Legendary himself, the Valraven, the Pet Gnome, the Treasure Gnome, and they're all pretty useless except for maybe Cedric Sparklesack. But that's how you obtain them, specifically from Vault keys. Vault keys you obtain by two means. You can obtain them from events like Guild War, not Guild War, sorry, from invasions and raids are the main 2 ways that you tend to accumulate them throughout the events. Other than that, you can also obtain them from Pet Gnome events, as well as just in general from killing Pet Gnomes. During Pet Gnome events, there's a higher chance that Pet Gnomes will appear, as well as Pet Gnomes will specifically drop you a Vault key. Though, at any point, if you see a Treasure Gnome that actually drops loot, like a real one, you can tell if it has like a little bag in its corner if it's a real Treasure Gnome or not. Whenever you kill them, you get a loot drop, and it can drop a Vault key even when it's not a Vault key event. It's just pretty rare that would occur. Something like a 2-4% chance, something super, super small. Let's see. With the class event, how is it you're going to get to be structured? And how many gems? Oh, sorry, I answered the second part of your question, but I didn't really answer the first. Basically, the way that's going to be structured is there's going to be 5 battles. You have to go kill all of them in any order that you want. But you're going to need to use your... you basically have to... You're restricted to whatever troops are related to the hero class. So, for example, this Thursday, it is for Dragon Guard. And Dragon Guard counts as 2 things. It counts as a Dragon Claw troop, and it counts as a Dragon troop. So you're going to be restricted to only using Dragon Claw troops and dragons when you go and do the event. So, yeah, you'll just have to build teams out of that. Basically, the exact team I'm using right now, I'd be able to use in the event on this Thursday. So that's pretty cool. But you can run any 4x Dragon team. Mountain Crusher into Dragon Soul into literally any 2 dragons is generally the best way to go as far as dragons are concerned. There's a few other ones too. And if you're going cheap, one of the cheapest things you could build is Dragonian Monk Spam. Also, keep in mind, they do not have to be unique. Or I don't believe they do. No, they shouldn't have to be unique. So you could technically just spam, like, double or triple up on some of them if you really wanted to. But Dragon Soul into Dragonian Monk, if you happen to have that, is going to be very, very good if you're struggling with the higher stats that they might have. Because you have the barrier to protect yourself against it, plus Dragon Soul for the decent amount of damage. Yeah, no problem, J.E. And if anyone else has any other questions, let me know, because I'll probably be wrapping up in the next battle or two, probably after this next battle. So if anyone still has any questions, let me know, and I'll make sure to go over them. Otherwise, we'll be back same time tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Nothing really too big to go over tomorrow, because of course all we have is the pet, but 2 days from now, not tomorrow, but the following day, we have the first ever class event. So we'll see exactly how that goes. I still don't even know like all the exact details of it yet, because I'm not sure exactly if they change anything from the beta. I don't believe they have. But I didn't really get to play test it much in the beta, so yeah, it would pretty much be my first time really doing it too, for the most part. So we'll see exactly how it goes down. Alright, we'll throw down Dragon Soul. Why have you focused all your points into Purple Hero Mastery? There's really no specific reason for it. When the game first started, well, kind of. When the game first started, there was a lot less weapons than there are today. And purple color, I noticed, had most of the AoE weapons. Like, there were so many weapons in the purple that ended up hitting all enemies. And at the time, they were about the only weapons other than, like, Summer's Fury under red that actually hit all enemies. So I was like, okay, let's just go and rush purple first so we have all these weapons at our disposal. And then after I maxed out purple, I was like, okay, I've been maxing purple this entire time. Let's just keep maxing purple. And that's what I did for 3.5 years. The entire time. So literally every single time... Oh, really, Famine? Why? Every single time we've had the chance to... I think we actually just lost fail. But yeah, every single time we've had the chance to level up purple, I have. There wasn't really much of a reason to keep doing it that way, but I just figured I would. I believe I'm the only one insane enough to actually do that. It actually makes your account slightly weaker, because it's better just to evenly distribute all of your manas evenly. But, yeah, I ended up doing that. And I still am. I don't know, I just wanted to do it. There really isn't much of a reason to keep still doing it, but I just do it out of habit. And because we can. And because literally no one else is, I don't think. Because it wouldn't make sense to do so. Yeah, it's mainly just because we've been doing as tradition since we started the account. Would you bother using your hero in Guild War today if you don't have Dawnbringer? Yes. You would use it with Forest Troll into, ideally, Web Spinner if you have. And your weapon would likely be... trying to think of the best blue weapon that would synergize that. Problem is filling the colors. 1 second. I'll see if it's actually worth it. Blue-yellow weapons are horrible, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go double check all the blue weapons. That's not blue. Let's see. Possibly, but it's not leveled. Useless, 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 useless. Deepstone, if you own it, wouldn't be horrible, but it's only one color, unfortunately. I wish there was a way to sort by double colors. Wait. Why is it showing me only all the single color ones? Where's all the double color blues? Oh, because I clicked all color. Fail. That's not what I meant to search. Let's see. I don't think you can throw enough divines to make that work. Fire and ice would be good, but almost no one owns it. It's one of those really good weapons that basically they have locked behind never being able to own it. Really wish they would fix that. Oh yeah, you are kind of right. There isn't really any good other blue weapon for Guild Wars purposes if you don't have Dawnbringer. Maybe Wall of Oblivion, but the only thing that's really going to do is steal the armor, which I don't think actually counts towards points in Guild Wars. So that wouldn't really be worth it. But yeah, you are correct, actually. If you don't have Dawnbringer, it probably wouldn't be worth doing it on this day. You'd probably just use something like Corvash, Azura, I still want to throw a Valkyrie in there, but of course you can't. Corvash, Azura, Christinex more so for its summon. And then Merlion, I believe, would be what you would roll with. Merlion's actually really good on Blue Guild War Day. I haven't been using it as much. Was using it a lot when it first came out. It's still really nice. Main reason I stopped is because a lot of people don't use Kraken anymore. At the time, it was really good in the last slot because almost everyone was running Kraken. And it had immune to freeze, so you didn't have to deal with Queen Mab on the Kraken team, as well as Kraken itself. You didn't have to deal with its Devour. But yeah, Merlion last slot's still okay. You don't need it for Kraken as much these days, but you still will see some Queen Mabs occasionally, of course, and you'll still need it for its silence purposes, because most teams do not have immune to silence. Let's see. Would you bother using... Never mind, I just answered that. So should you be focusing all your points into some certain one? No, though as a newer player, it wouldn't be horrible to rush to 40 brown, 40 red, just because of how insanely overpowered Mang is. But yeah, Mang is the best weapon in the game for raids, invasion, and if you don't really have any options for pets, technically pets as well, but mainly raids and invasions are the two main game modes. Also, it might be okay in, though I haven't tested it yet, it might be okay to use in class events too, but definitely raids and invasions for sure are the two main locations where you throw a Mang. Technically even Bounty Hunter, I guess, but it's used for a lot of things. But you get to have 40 red, 40 yellow hero mastery. 40 red, 40 brown hero mastery. So yeah, rushing into that might be a pretty good idea. As far as every other color, I just put them evenly. And then once you get 40-40, you just distribute all of them evenly. The only other really good weapon you end up getting from a certain hero level thing is 37 green, 37 yellow, in which case you get Runic Blade. Runic Blade is the best weapon in Arena if you don't own Dawnbringer. Though that's the only purpose it has, though. It doesn't have anywhere near as many purposes as a Mang does, but it is still the best weapon other than Dawnbringer for Arena, which is a decent purpose if you feel like you're running Arena a lot. Do summoned minions depend on the cards that you have? A summoned minions level, yes. The traits that it has is based on the traits. Let me go use a Giant Spider example again. So, let's get a Giant Spider into a team. I'll just kind of show it. Let's see, Giant Spider. Let's get a Spider spawn. Okay. So, if I could type... Okay, so... Giant Spider summons a Spider spawn. So all the conditions of what the Spider spawn will come in with. The traits that the Spider spawn will be summoned with depends on what traits you have unlocked on the Spider spawn. The ascension of the Spider spawn will depend on the current ascension. As you can see, it's currently mythic, but let's say you had it ascended to ultra rare, it would come in at ultra rare. And the level of the Spider spawn is whatever your magic is on your Giant Spider, limited by your ascension on your other troop. So currently we have 29, which is obviously going to be max level, since anything above 20, it's 20 is max level, so it can't go any higher. But it will be restricted based on its ascension. So as you can see, we're ascended to Mythic, so it'll be restricted to level 20, because Mythics can only go to level 20. But let's say it was only Ultra Rare, like I was saying earlier. Ultra Rares have a cap level of 17. So even though we have 29 magic right now, if our Spider spawn was only ascended to Ultra Rare, it would come in at level 17. Also, similarly, let's say our Giant Spider was reduced on magic. It only has 10 magic right now. This Spider spawn would come in at level 10. Even if we had it at Mythic, it would still come in at level 10, because the Spider is determining the magic of this is determining the level of that, and it's just capped based on its ascension. But yeah, that's how that works. Let's see. Also, it works slightly differently in some game modes. Like, for example, in Arena, it's always capped at 15 regardless and stuff like that. Actually, I think that's the only exception to it is Arena. Also, for whatever reason, the AI, if you do it in some of the other game modes, you may notice it summons like a really, really weak troop. That's just because it's the AI technically doesn't own it, so it just functions really weirdly. I don't know exactly what's up with that, but it's an oversight on their part that they still haven't fixed yet. For weapon upgrades, when would upgrades such as explode a random skull or destroy a gem activate? It would activate when you cast the spell. So for example, every single perk on these traits, 5 of them activate immediately. The first 5 activate immediately, and the other ones activate when you cast it. So let's take, for example, let's just take any mythic weapon and then show a lower one. Let's just take Creeping Death. So the first 5 will always activate immediately. So your hero gets, as you can see here, we get 5 attack, 1, 2, and 2, 1 magic, and 4 life. Oh, yeah, that's right. So all these will be the stats that we get immediately at the start of battle. And nothing happens when we cast with these. These are just stats that we naturally get. And every weapon has these. The first 5 are just some amount of stats that you get on top of your hero. The next 5, or any remaining ones that it has, rares, commons have 0, rares have 1, ultra rare 2, epics have 3, legendaries have 4, and of course mythics have 5. These activate whenever you cast the weapon itself. So create a skull whenever we cast Creeping Death, steal 3 life whenever we cast Creeping Death, explode a random skull whenever we cast Creeping Death, create a Dark Storm whenever we cast Creeping Death, and gain 4 souls whenever we cast Creeping Death. And of course, that's applicable to lower ones as well. Let's go get one that we have, like a rare weapon to +6. Come on, rare weapons +6. Where are you? Where are you? I would go sort it, but I figured we'd find one quickly. So like right here, for example, as you can see, the first 5 are just the stats that you gain immediately. And then the other 5, or however many the weapon has, depend on its upgrades. You can see it just has these perks, and these perks trigger whenever you cast. So when we cast Phoenix Crossbow, we will gain a Firestorm, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's always on cast is when they will end up triggering. But yeah, that's what those do. Also, you need that for an achievement on every platform as well, other than mobile. Let's see. Let's see. Well, you basically always need to level up your trait troops and stuff, mainly because you'll be needing them for kingdom upgrades in the long run. Basically, every single kingdom-related troop you always need to upgrade eventually, just because they will be needed for kingdom stars. Kingdom stars are pretty useful in that they give you additional bonuses, more tributes, and just various stuff of the such. Let's see, power, like you can see here, like from this kingdom we're gaining a bunch of extra gold per day, double tribute rewards, triple tribute rewards, other stuff. You can gain bonus stats as well. Like right now we're getting +1 to the kingdom thing, which is giving us like a whole extra armor and stuff. But yeah, you generally in the long run, that's a long-term goal, but it's always something you want to be peeking around on various kingdoms to see if you maybe are close to getting the next star on them. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for now. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back, as I mentioned, 1.5 hours prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we are every single day. Tomorrow will be Yellow Guild War Day, so we'll just be doing that for the most part, as well as what we normally do. We'll be doing the pet and also and all that. 2 days from now, on Thursday, will be the first ever class-related event as well. So as soon as you finish out using your Bard Hero class for tomorrow, if you're bothering to, you're probably going to want to switch into Dragon Guard Hero class for the event. I believe even if you don't have Dragon Guard unlocked, you'll get it unlocked during this event. I'm not fully certain how that works, but if you wanted to, Dragon Guard is also obtained from completing out the Dragon Claw Kingdom. But I believe that's not mandatory to go do this, finish out the quest line, and get the thing. But if you wanted to preemptively, that's where you do it in, if you haven't already. Let's see, you don't have Emperor, but you have the Deckhand. For what team? Oh, well, generally you do need Corvash. Corvash is such a vital thing on blue days, as well as brown, but particularly on blue. Well, I guess technically for both. But, if you're trying to run Deckhand on blue day, I generally don't do that, because I tend to run Azura on most blue days, and the problem is you can't use Deckhand and Azura, because Deckhand will just basically deny all your purple that you need for Azura. So you can only use one or the other, and I personally feel like it's better to use Azura in almost every situation. because she has Dispel, so you don't need to worry about any kind of stats effects on them that are positive. It has stat reduction, so you can get their magic down or their attack down, so they do less damage to you. And it just does a lot of mana generation. Of course, so does Deckhands, but if he misses, which he can do, it's going to just backfire like crazy. Whereas Azura, even if she completely misses, you at least get a Dispel, you get some mana accumulation, and you get a stat reduction on them. So even if she completely misses 100%, you're still getting stuff. Whereas if Deckhand misses 100%, you just instant lose the battle pretty much, because you just gave the enemy like 30, 40, 50 blue mana. And if they have anything that even uses blue, especially if it's a good blue like Corvash or something, you're just giving the enemy the win. So I would personally just go with Azura. Always Azura. And it's really easy to obtain too if you don't already have it. Just complete out Merlantis Kingdom. But anyways, guys, I'll see you later. Thank you all for joining us, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Goodbye, everyone.